Okay, so Ashes of Creation is coming into early access on Steam very, very soon. This video right here directly asks, should you buy Ashes of Creation on Steam? So, let's find out, shall we or should we buy Ashes of Creation when it comes into early access?
If you are watching this video, then you probably already know
Okay,
that
never
Ashes of
mind. I
Creation
have
is
to
coming
like
to
reload.
Steam on
Alright, here we go.
Steam on December 11th. And chances are you're one of many people asking the same question. Should I buy it? If that sounds like you, great. I'm Flanker, and today we'll go through all the factors you should take into account before making that decision. Most likely, this video will be watched by thousands of viewers, each with their own
Yo, this is what I like, by the way. Naval stuff, a boat, and good quality on the water. This picture alone is all I need to see to be like, I'm gonna buy this, yeah.
tastes and preferences when it comes to MMOs. On top of that, I don't know you personally, and you might not know whether you should or shouldn't trust my judgment. So how do we even approach this? Since we're going to break down multiple points, I would suggest treating them as factors that may increase or decrease the chance that buying the game will be worth it for you. So let's begin with the first one. You've probably heard this a million times already, but I have to say it again, so your expectations stay realistic. Ashes of Creation is currently in an alpha state, and in my personal opinion, it will stay there for another 1-2 years. The fact that it will appear on Steam as early access changes absolutely nothing. So what does this mean in practice?
The one thing I'm gonna say here is that I disagree. Because Steven has already said in a post, as we prepare to head into beta next year, which to me kind of indicates that we're getting beta next year. Now, that still means we're in testing stage. It's going to be in like the alpha beta stuff, but I don't think we're staying in alpha for 1 or 2 more years. Based on that one post alone, as we prepare to head into beta next year, really indicates beta is coming next year. But then we have beta 1 and beta 2, right?
Certain systems and content loops are not in the game yet. Some features are temporary placeholders, not everything is balanced, and yes, you will run into bugs from time to time. Anyone who has participated in alpha or beta testing of other games will understand this perfectly. In simple words, if you want a finished, polished experience, now is probably not the right time to jump in. On the other hand, if you fully understand what you're getting yourself into, or if you've been a tester in other games before, then this might not be an issue for you. In that case, pay attention to the other factors we'll talk about in this video. I've seen some people getting confused about the price and what exactly is included when you buy the game on Steam, so let's clear that up first. The default price of Ashes of Creation on Steam is basically $50, but for some regions it will be lower due to regional pricing. On top of that, there will be a 15% discount from December 11th to December 25th. The bundle includes access to the ongoing alpha, future beta phases, the PTR server, a non-exclusive cosmetic cloak, and 1 month of game time. And this is where some people get confused. If you purchase Ashes on Steam, you will be able to play it all the way until release without paying anything extra. When the game releases, it will not have a box cost, only a $15 a month subscription, which again will be lower in some regions. So, the 1 month of game time in the bundle refers to the first month of subscription after release. If you buy the game now, you obviously don't need to pay a subscription on top of that during the testing phases. Many of you already know this, but I want to highlight it because I've seen multiple people who thought that was the case. Now, let's get to the main part. The price of Ashes is obviously an important factor. Some people don't care that much, but the majority do. So, if your budget is limited and you're not sure whether the amount of fun you get will justify the money you spent, then the rational choice is to wait. If you think you'll get more enjoyment by buying and playing a different...
I'm gonna say, by the way, looking at this combat right here, I'm kind of impressed. This right here looks really good to me. Especially for Alpha 2.
Different game, go for it. You're not going to miss anything major, since most likely there will be wipes and...
To be fair, this looks so good that I have to ask myself, if is this actually Ashes of Creation content that I'm seeing on the screen here? Because this looks really good.
This is not the last fresh start server, and you're not missing your chance to play Ashes. The opportunity will always...
Not having played myself since Alpha 1, this is very different from the game that I played, I'll tell you that much.
Be there, and the later you join, the higher is the chance that you will have more fun. Finally, if money is not an issue for you, then by all means, feel free to give it a try. Worst case scenario, if you don't like it, you can always come back at release and try again, since the bundle already includes a 1-month subscription anyway.
Yeah.
There is a number of changes on the PTR related to the first-time user experience, quality of life, and content, which I will probably cover in one of the next videos. However, even with these improvements, it will most likely still not be enough for Ashes to become your main game just yet. Based on what I saw during previous phases,
to be fair, and I'm just gonna say this, an alpha version of a game when it's in testing phase should never really be your main game anyway. If you start treating a game that isn't even out yet as if it's your main game that you want to play for 12 hours a day, don't be surprised when there's not enough content for you to do. It is still in development. It's technically not even a game yet, it's a test.
players usually play for about 1 to 3 months and then take a break, waiting for more content to arrive. This doesn't mean you can't have fun during that time, you definitely can, but depending on what you personally enjoy doing in MMOs, there is a high chance you will eventually run out of content at some point. Many people express concerns about the future of Ashes and whether the game will eventually be released or not. Some of those concerns are valid, while others are fires started over nothing. In reality though, nobody can tell you with certainty. Yes, the game will definitely release, or no, it will definitely fail. Nobody has enough information to make claims like that, and such statements are nothing more than oversimplifications. But that's
to be fair, that is just like the MMO community as a whole though, right? Like in general, people are happy when it's good times and they're going to be negative when it's bad times. And when it's bad times, they want to spread that negativity as much as they can. In this case, Ashes of Creation has been in development for so long now that some people might just start losing faith, losing hope, because they have made promises and they couldn't keep up with those promises. And even though they're still doing good work, if you ask me, like at some point, you just get sick of waiting. And at that point, yeah, your mood changes. And then what you say as well about the game will change with your mood and with your faith in the developers. So I don't think the people that are being negative right now on Ashes of Creation are in the wrong, technically. It is just the cycle of life. That's the best way I can explain it, man. It's the cycle of life. It's like me and WoW. I'm going to make a bunch of videos complaining about WoW, and then I'll make a bunch of videos being happy about WoW. It is the cycle of life. It depends on what's happening in the game. If nothing is happening in the game, well, I'm going to express my frustrations about nothing happening in the game. If a bunch of things that I like is happening in the game, I'm going to express my happiness about those things happening as well.
That's not the point. If you're someone who is interested in Ashes but still worries about whether it will succeed or not, there is a very simple solution to your situation. Basically, you only need to do 2 things: wait and collect more reliable information. There is no rush and you're not forced to join the game on December 11th. Nothing is stopping you from waiting a bit and watching the actual gameplay streams. Content creators and streamers who have never played Ashes before will share their first impressions and the perspective of someone entering the world of Vera for the first time. Creators who mainly focus on Ashes will be able to give you detailed updates about the changes, the progress the studio has made, and the overall direction of the game's development. On top of that, nothing stops you from joining the official Discord. It's a great place to get your questions answered, and there are plenty of people who will be happy to help you. Basically, the more accurate information you have, the easier it will be for you to make the right decision. I have no doubt that the likelihood of you enjoying Ashes of Creation strongly correlates with your past gaming experience and your general MMO preferences. In simple terms, this game leans more toward an old-school MMO with some adaptations for modern players. If I had to describe it, I would say Ashes feels like a hybrid of Arcade and Lineage 2. Right now, it is much more.
And as somebody who loved the Arcade a lot, and I basically wasted my life on Arcade, by the way, I love that game. I think it is the one game that had me more hooked than WoW ever had. So, yeah, like, Arcade to me was the game for a while. So for me, like, playing Ashes feels so much like Arcade, but with a lot of the bad stuff removed from Arcade, and a different version of Arcade. But I see a lot of like similarities between this and Arcade. You have the caravan system, you have the world PvP, looks kinda similar-ish. You have the naval combat, you have the trade pack runs, which is basically caravans. Like, I see a lot of similarities here. Which also makes sense, because Steven played Arcade.
A sandbox than a theme park. There is no main storyline you can follow from start to finish, and you can't reach max level by running from one quest NPC to another for a few hours. There is no fixed route or some sort of predefined checklist. You are basically free to do whatever you want. However, it's important to acknowledge that not everyone might enjoy that kind of freedom. Some players prefer a clear path, and Ashes doesn't really offer that at the moment. Also, one thing that makes some people worried is open world PvP. Their imagination instantly creates terrifying scenarios where they get killed, griefed and teabagged by a dozen ruthless players the moment they step outside a settlement. Cool story, but completely disconnected from reality. The overwhelming majority of PvP in Ashes is either consensual or happens through various opt-in systems. Metaphorically speaking, it's like refusing to leave your house because you might randomly get murdered. Not statistically impossible, but very unlikely. But if the idea still sounds scary to you, then maybe the game just isn't the right fit. Another concept that Ashes embraces, unlike many modern MMOs, is player interdependency. This is not the kind of game where you can achieve everything solo without any complications. Working with other players not only makes your goals easier to reach, but also helps you build friendships as you overcome challenges together. This doesn't mean you can't play Ashes solo, you definitely can. But the game is fundamentally designed around groups and guilds. In the future, more solo-focused content is expected to be added, so if you only want to play solo, it might be a good idea to wait and keep an eye on the upcoming updates. From time to time, players approach me in game, and some of them tell me that they bought the game because of me. Not gonna lie, that honestly gives me a bit of anxiety, and my answer is always the same. I hope you are not disappointed. I've tried to highlight the most important points in this video, but if you're still unsure, feel free to ask any questions in the comments. You can also join my private Discord server and contact me directly, and you're always welcome to join me on Twitch. All the links are in the description. If this video was helpful, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I am Flanker, and I'll see you soon.
There we go, that was a good video, by the way. I can't wait for Ashes to go into early access. I have said for a while it's not the best choice if you ask me, and I'm kind of scared to see the reviews that is going to happen on Steam, because early access during alpha is not really a great idea, but we'll see what happens, like what comes from it, right? I'm excited for it anyway. Like, I haven't played since Alpha 1, and I'm excited to give it a try and just play some Ashes again. I think it was a really cool game back in Alpha 1, and I've been following along the progress during Alpha 2 without playing it, and it looks really good, and visually looks very different from Alpha 1. So yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be great. I'll try my best to play it on stream as well, by the way, when it comes in early access. That was December 11th, right? We're getting a Legion Remix update on December 9th, so I guess technically 10th over here in Europe. Oh no, okay, so Legion Remix update, December 10th. Ashes of Creation, December 11th. We'll see. Lots of content happening in December, man. Damn.